The air in the lounge felt thick with a silence Leo couldn't stand. His usual confidence was gone, replaced by a quiet, wounded look that made something ache in Sam's chest. Sam steeled himself. In his experience, this particular mood had one reliable cure. His hand came up, fingers curling around the back of Leo's neck, pulling him down just enough. Sam leaned in, his cheek brushing against the stubble of Leo's jaw. His voice dropped to a conspiratorial whisper near Leo's ear. "You look like you could use a distraction," Sam murmured. "Maybe one that knocks the thoughts right out of my head." It was all the invitation Leo needed. His hand clamped on Sam's waist, pulling him flush as his mouth crashed down. This wasn't like their careful, testing kisses. This was a storm, all heat and desperate need. Sam could feel the dizzying shift, the sharp intake of Leo's breath against his lips, the undeniable proof of his desire pressing insistently against him. The heavy sound of their breathing was the only thing in the quiet room. Sam's hand drifted from Leo's shoulder, skating down the firm plane of his chest, aiming lower. But before his fingers could curl into the waistband of Leo's jeans, his wrist was caught in a firm, unyielding grip. Leo broke the kiss, putting a few desperate inches of space between them. His eyes were dark, the pupils blown wide, his voice rough like gravel.
"Sam, I'm sorry."
I didn't mean to scare you." The words were a bucket of ice water. Sam's head dropped, a flush of shame heating his skin. Of course, he'd gotten carried away, forgotten the lines. Leo had been clear about his inexperience, his past. Sam had pushed too far, too fast. He'd mistaken hunger for permission. They never spoke of that afternoon again. Things returned to their usual rhythm: study sessions in the library, shared lunches on the quad, lazy weekends at Leo's off-campus loft. But the kisses changed. They were softer now, more contained, a conscious dialing back from that precipice. Sam threw himself into his secret project, a detailed scale model of a classic drum kit. He wanted it finished for their 2-month mark, which meant turning down a couple of Leo's spontaneous offers to drive up the coast. He'd just smile and plead a heavy course load. The university's annual arts festival was a week-long spectacle. Sam had pestered, begged, and finally convinced Leo to perform a drum solo. From his seat in the darkened auditorium, Sam waved a pair of glow sticks like a maniac, his friend Mark filming dutifully beside him. Under the stage lights, Leo was transformed. The mahogany hue of his hair seemed richer, the simple silver stud in his ear catching the light as his sticks became a blur of motion and thunderous rhythm. He was all controlled power and magnetic arrogance. As the final crash cymbal reverberated, Leo's gaze, sharp and seeking, found Sam in the crowd. A slow, deliberate smirk touched his lips, followed by a barely there, air-kissed moi aimed directly at him.
"Sames Brett hitched."
The sheer, unadulterated audacity of it. Leo took a bow to screaming applause, and Sam decided right then he'd never encourage such public displays again. He was creating his own competition. Once Leo left the stage, Sam lost interest in the remaining acts. He slipped out a side door into the cool night, Mark following. A text lit up his phone. "Backstage stuff. Meet you at the East Steps in 10? Sam replied with his location and sank onto the cold concrete steps. Mark plopped down beside him, nudging his shoulder. "You and the legendary Leo Grant," Mark said, a grin in his voice. "Still burning bright, I see." Sam just hummed in agreement, a satisfied sound. "Never thought I'd see the day," Mark mused, shaking his head. "Leo Stone Cold Grant, completely wrapped around your finger. The campus heartbreaker finally broke." "Shut up," Sam laughed, shoving him lightly. Mark slung an arm around him, leaning in with lowered voice. "So,
Spill.
how's the legendary equipment? Living up to the campus folklore?"
Sames smile stiffened.
"Can we not?" Mark blinked, catching his shift in mood. "What no good? All show and no go?" "It's not that," Sam muttered, looking away. "We just haven't." "You haven't?" Mark's eyebrows shot up. With the way he looks at you, I assumed you'd christened every flat surface in that loft of his by now. Sam thought of Leo's firm grip on his wrist that afternoon, the decisive no that had never been spoken aloud. He sighed, the sound lost in the night air. Listen, Sam, Mark's tone turned serious. I've been wanting to say this. I'm happy for you, really, but it all moved so fast. The guy swore up and down he wasn't into guys before you. Just be careful, okay? If this is just some experiment for him, you need to be ready to walk. Don't get in too deep. Those other guys I told you about, they're still around. There's a new law student, total Greek god type. I can get his number. There's always more out there. A voice, cold and flat as polished steel, cut through the darkness behind them. More of what? Sam twisted around. Leo stood there, just outside the circle of light from the doorway, his face an unreadable mask. How long had he been there? Mark froze, his mouth opening and closing silently.
Sam.
Leo's gaze never wavered. He held out a hand. Let's go. His voice was calm, too calm. A chill skittered down Sam's spine. He took the offered hand, letting Leo pull him to his feet. Not a word was spoken on the walk to the parking garage. Leo's silence was a physical weight. The engine of his car roared to life, and they sped into the night. Where are we going? Sam finally ventured, his voice small. My place. The answer was curt. The loft was in a renovated brick building near the river. Sam followed him inside, the door clicking shut with a heavy finality. He had just turned around when he was pressed back against it, Leo's body caging him in. A hand cupped his jaw, tilting his face up, and then Leo was kissing him with a furious, consuming intensity. It was a kiss of possession, of punishment, leaving no room for breath or thought. Sam pushed weakly at his chest, but Leo just captured his wrists, pinning them to the door, and deepened the kiss until spots danced behind Sam's eyelids. When Leo finally pulled back, he buried his face in the curve of Sam's neck, his teeth grazing the sensitive skin there.
Sam jolted.
That's gonna leave a mark, he gasped. Leo soothed the spot with a slow, wet swipe of his tongue, making Sam shudder violently.
Sam.
Leo's voice was a low rumble against his throat, anger simmering just beneath. You've been distant, canceling plans, taking hours to text back. Were you talking to someone else? The grip on Sam's hips tightened. This was a dangerous, unfamiliar Leo. No. Sam's denial was immediate. I would never. It's only ever been you. Really. Leo's eyes were shadowed. How many did Mark line up for you? Are you still thinking about them? He'd heard everything. Sam's mind raced. It was a joke, Leo. He's an idiot. There's no one else. Just you. Leo studied him for a long, tense moment before his mouth found Sam's again. This kiss was different. Softer, an apology and a plea. Don't think about them, he whispered against Sam's lips. You have me. The realization was a warm flood in Sam's chest. Jealousy. He felt a laugh bubble up, equal parts relief and affection. He wound his arms around Leo's waist, melting into him. I'm not. I only think about you. Leo nuzzled into his neck, his next words muffled and surprisingly vulnerable. And for the record, I'm not all show.
Sam froze.
Oh God. He'd heard that too. He scrambled for the right thing to say. Leo, ignore him. That stuff. It doesn't matter. Compatibility is what matters. Then let's prove we're compatible. Sam's brain short-circuited. What? Leo's arms tightened around him. I'd be good for you. I know I would. Suddenly, Sam was weightless, swept up into Leo's arms. He was being carried not towards the sofa, but down the hall to the bedroom. Panic and a thrilling anticipation warred within him. Leo, wait, you don't have to, we can just... He was deposited gently onto the plush comforter. Leo hovered over him, his expression earnest, almost shy. Sam, he began, voice hushed. That day, I stopped because I wanted it to be right for you. I didn't want to mess it up to hurt you. So I've been learning, reading, making sure. He took a deep breath. I know what I'm doing now. Let me show you. Please? Sam looked up at him, at the fierce hope in his eyes, and was utterly lost. He nodded.
Leo hadn't lied.
The preparations were thorough, patient, considerate. The moonlight through the wide windows painted stripes across their tangled forms. Sam's fingers dug into the muscles of Leo's back, his breath coming in hot puffs against his neck. A quiet, helpless sound escaped him as the world dissolved into sensation, a rising tide that pulled them both under. In the quiet aftermath, Leo's weight was a comfort, their hearts beating a frantic, slowing rhythm against each other. Exhaustion claimed Sam quickly. He was vaguely aware of being carried, of warm water, of soft towels. Then nothing but deep, satiated sleep. It turned out Mark's crude assessment had been wildly off base. Leo was exceptionally capable, and having unlocked this new dimension of their relationship, he approached it with a dedicated, enthusiastic focus that left Sam both exhilarated and perpetually drained. Wait, stop, Sam gasped, pushing at Leo's shoulders as he nibbled a path along his collarbone. I have something for you. Leo stilled, lifting his head. His eyes were still clouded with want. Yeah, really. Sam wriggled out from under him, making the taller man sit up. It's for our 2-month thing, and to make up for last month's. He retrieved a carefully wrapped box from his bag. Leo took it with a reverence that surprised Sam, his large fingers meticulously working at the tape, preserving the paper. As the last layer fell away, revealing the intricate, handcrafted drum kit model, a look of pure, unguarded wonder spread across Leo's face. Sam, you made this? Every single piece, Sam said, pride swelling in his chest. It's incredible. Leo's voice was thick. He set it aside with utmost care and gathered Sam into his arms, kissing him with a sweetness that was almost overwhelming. Thank you. You're amazing. My amazing, talented boyfriend. They held each other for a long time before Leo spoke again, his lips moving against Sam's temple. The last few weeks, you were working on this? Yeah, Sam said, pulling back to pout playfully. And someone accused me of texting other people. A genuine remorse flashed in Leo's eyes. I'm sorry, baby. His hands settled on Sam's waist, effortlessly lifting him to straddle his lap. He held him close, his next words a warm promise whispered into his ear. Let me make it up to you. I'll take such good care of you. Sam's half-hearted protest was swallowed by another kiss. Their blissful, insular world continued, the original story's plot now feeling like a distant, irrelevant fiction. Leo showed no interest in anyone named Liam, who remained just another face in their massive lecture halls. As far as anyone knew, they were just 2 students in a passionate, very public relationship, which made the intrusion that much more jarring. Sam was napping in Leo's private campus lounge one afternoon when the door was thrown open with a force that slammed it against the wall. He blinked awake, disoriented, to see a figure silhouetted in the doorway. It was a young man with a clean-cut, earnest face, wearing the standard university sweater. Liam. Before Sam could process his presence, Leo was reacting. He shifted, placing himself slightly between Sam and the door, his voice dropping to a growl. Get out. Liam flinched but held his ground. Why? This is a university facility. It's for all students. Can you read? Leo's tone was icy. It's a private lounge. My private lounge. Liam's eyes flicked to the plaque on the door, his jaw tightening. I didn't realize prestigious Ashbourne University endorsed this kind of elitism. Special privileges for donors? Donate 8 figures to the new science wing, and you can have one too. Leo's smile was razor-thin. Now, you can walk out, or I can have campus security escort you out and recommend your scholarship be reviewed. Your choice. Color flooded Liam's cheeks, a mix of anger and humiliation. His fists clenched, but after a tense moment, He spun on his heel and stalked away. Sam stared after him, bewildered. What was that? Nothing, Leo murmured, running a hand through Sam's hair. Go back to sleep. Sleep was impossible. Sam rested his head on Leo's thigh, idly playing a game on his phone, while Leo alternated between dropping kisses on his forehead and tracing idle patterns on his back. The university's annual wilderness excursion was a big deal, organized by the student council. It was less about survival and more about glamping, luxury tents, catered meals, and scenic hikes in the national forest. Participation was limited and, unsurprisingly, mostly comprised of the usual social circle. The list, when posted, included Liam's name. In the past, seeing that name would have sent a jolt of anxiety through Sam. Now, with Leo's constant, attentive presence, it barely registered. They were a unit. The forest was breathtaking, a palette of green and gold under the vast autumn sky. They hiked along a ridge with a stunning view of distant, snow-capped mountains. Sam gulped water from Leo's canteen, laughing as Leo raised his camera yet again. Stop taking pictures of me. Get the scenery. You're the best part of the scenery, Leo said, his smile easy and warm. Then let's get a picture together, Sam suggested, looking around. His gaze snagged on Liam, standing some distance away, his eyes fixed in their direction. Sam looked away quickly. They found another hiker to take the photo. As the camera clicked, Sam jumped, throwing his arms around Leo's neck from behind, a bright grin on his face. Leo turned his head, his smile meeting Sam's in a perfect, sun-drenched moment, the majestic peaks behind them. That evening, as stars began to prick through the twilight, the group gathered to assign the spacious two-person tents. A draw was proposed. Sam and Leo naturally opted out. As the box of names passed them by, a clear voice rang out from across the firelight. Why are they exempt? We're all here as a group. It sets a bad precedent. All eyes turned to Liam. Sam felt a flicker of irritation. We're together, Sam said, keeping his tone polite. We plan to share. Then the draw is pointless, Liam countered, undeterred. If exceptions are made for some, why have a system at all? Next to him, Leo's posture shifted, the relaxed ease hardening. If you have a problem, keep it to yourself. The rules are what I say they are. We're not separating. Got a problem with that? Seems like you've got a real issue with people being happy. Liam's face flushed crimson. Someone next to him tugged on his sleeve. Liam, come on, they're a couple. Everyone knows that. Liam's eyes darted towards another member of their group, a calm, blonde man who simply watched the exchange with mild disinterest, offering no support. Liam turned away, his shoulders stiff with anger. Later, zipped into their tent with a view of the Milky Way through the mesh ceiling, Sam forgot all about it. Leo's hands were warm and familiar, wandering under his thermal shirt. Absolutely not, Sam whispered, catching his wrist. We have a 10-mile hike tomorrow. Leo sighed, the picture of disappointment, before a sly look crossed his face. He nuzzled Sam's ear. Okay, but, baby, I need you. Help me? He was entirely, irresistibly unfair. Life settled back into its sweet, predictable rhythm. The original plot felt like a poorly remembered dream. The influential circle hadn't fallen for Liam. The one who'd initially shown passing curiosity seemed to have lost interest entirely. And Leo only had eyes for Sam. So the administrative email was an unwelcome surprise. Sam's single-occupancy dorm room was being assigned a roommate. Sam groaned, flopping back on his bed. He'd grown used to his privacy, to the freedom of having Leo over without complication. He was already mentally drafting a text to Leo about the hassle of finding an apartment off campus when his phone buzzed. Be at your dorm in 5.
Surprise.
Sam smiled, typing back. What now? I have news too. He was heading to the door just as it swung open from the outside. Leo stood there, a duffel bag slung over his shoulder, a ridiculously proud grin on his face.
Surprise.
Sam's laughter was pure delight. You're insane. He launched himself forward, and Leo caught him, holding him tight, the duffel bag thumping to the floor. Welcome home, roommate, Leo murmured into his hair.